I only know that from iCarly, so.
Okay.
Okay.
So, before we begin, does anybody enjoy doing a recap?
I can do it.
Because what always ends up happening is...
It was Thud's story, so he should do it.
Yeah.
So, well, this is the reason why I'm asking is because a lot of times someone does a recap and, you know, I end up doing a recap of the recap.
Well, that's usually in Kevin's case.
I just don't want to waste anybody's time if you feel like you just want to get into the game.
I feel like my notes are sufficient enough. I can do a good recap in like a minute.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Alright, so last session we ended on discovering the Temple to Helm. We found a friend named, was it Wind of the Shadows or Shadows of the Wind?
Shadows of the Wind.
Anywho, yeah, so Shadows, his party got left down there. He was like, I don't know, he didn't have a plan, and we gave him a new life, pretty much. Russell didn't get to roll a lot of dice last time. We slowly figured out the riddle. Let's see. Norcool learned what plan and don't rush in means by not planning and rushing in.
Did he actually learn it?
We'll find out.
Yeah, questionable.
So ran through kind of a bit of a word puzzle, and then got to the end. Thud got some pretty sweet armor, and then we headed out, and then our mysterious cleric decided to bring back the guy that we killed back to life.
We haven't seen that though yet.
We don't know that yet.
Right.
The viewers would know that.
Yeah.
And somebody called Thud my child, which is pretty.
Someone did call Thud his child.
Oh yeah, you met the grand astral projection elf thing.
He was an elf. I never bothered to ask who he was, so we don't know who he was.
I think he did.
He gave you his name, but you didn't ask him about any of his past or anything like that. So or who he is.
Title, position, none of that.
Talmeric.
This was very much like a King Arthur. Like you just get like equipment's just chucked at you, and you just accept it and never question anything.
Yep.
I'd also like to think that Thud's bond to Helm has been deepened a little bit.
You could think that, yeah, that's fine.
That's what Solaris thinks.
You might be wrong.
Okay, great.
I think Thud is going to attempt to be a little bit more serious now.
Okay.
Might come up with a heretic test for the rest of the party. But anyways, that's well past a minute.
Whoa.
I heard it too.
And you failed your task.
Okay, so yeah, that's actually
character sheet go?
you hit on all the key points. In fact, the one thing I did want to mention that you touched upon was the fact that Norquil did get wrecked by some statues, and because of that, he has kind of gone under a deep sleep because he's healing from his wounds. So for the remainder of this session, if he's not available, you know why.
Is he just in the wagon, or did we not? We didn't leave it.
Right now, you guys, the rest of you guys, that's not a certain cleric, is down at the kind of the local inn, if you will, the motel of the village, and you're staying in these places free of charge, and the locals have decided to kind of throw a little bonfire for you guys.
I have a question.
Yeah.
We ended, I didn't hear it because my internet was really bad last time, but we were given 100 gold.
Yeah.
What happened to that? Because I didn't put it, so I didn't put it down in the bag.
I'll just assume one of you guys took it.
Yeah, we'll just assume it's in the bag. I'll hold it.
Yeah, I just put it in the bag. Open.
That's where the party fund goes.
I'm assuming when something is left or given, or mainly given, but it automatically goes into the group stash. I hate to roleplay every exchange, like, oh, I didn't take it, therefore it doesn't exist.
Right. I just wanted to make sure, like, I didn't miss, like...
Someone taking it.
Yeah, like, we double mark that we have, 200 instead of 100. Anyways, go on.
That'd be fine with me.
Cool. So, where we left off with Solaris and his I wouldn't say newfound friend, but his newfound servant, if you will, descending the hill where you guys initially fought the goblin raiding party. From there, he descends into this valley, this of Meridian, Salem. It's the Meridian Canyon.
Is this the town of Salem?
Yeah. Descending, making his way towards the brightest spot of town during this late night, which is where you guys are situated. I'm assuming that's where you want to go?
Yeah, I want to try and, as we're walking, I want to try and keep, what am I going to call him?
Gorkle.
Norkel too. No. I basically want to keep my thrall and I in at the least populated areas for as long as I can.
You mean like kind of traveling undetected?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get the name of the spell here?
Yes, it's Animate Dead.
Okay. So you're calling him Thrall after the
No, not Thrall the Weak and Sturtan.
Well,
I'll call him Balance.
Balance?
Yeah.
Well, so you and Balance travel through. I mean, it's pretty late at night. The streets and trails aren't very well lit to begin with. And so you guys can make your way towards this gathering without much, anyone noticing, since all the focus is towards this outside village kind of motel place. So you can get there no problem. As you close in, I'm assuming you're walking straight into the group.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of ignore everyone and go to my room and put Balance there and then come back.
Okay.
Sweet.
So you walk straight to the group. Can I get a perception check for everybody else?
Passive.
Oh, wow.
Do you want our numbers? Is what you like our?
Yeah, the
Your
number.
passive perception.
11.
11.
All right, here you go. 15.
Oh.
15.
Yep.
Okay. So, are you trying to hide him at all?
Well, if I recall correctly, I did kind of mask his caven head.
Yeah.
So
He's
not really.
He's a pretty large creature.
Yeah, I'm not trying to seem as conspicuous as possible. I'm not trying to draw much attention to him.
Okay. Like this is just a normal trot through.
Yeah, I gotta go upstairs and check for something in my room.
So as you walk through, the noise of this gathering gets louder and louder. You hear people having chats and enjoying themselves merrily. There are people drinking. There's people eating. You see a couple of the guys around, including Murtag, Bruin, and even Thud enjoying themselves. Now, as you walk into this, the light, you leading the way, and then with your much larger companion right behind you, some people in your immediate vicinity do turn towards you, more recognizing who you are, and then realizing the bigger entity behind you. I will say Bruin is the first one to notice this large man following you. He kind of has an idea, but because you were able to kind of mask the guy, he doesn't know for sure. It's still dark. He's only getting flame lit details, and the rest of you do also notice eventually. But you tell Balance to stay near your hut, and then, I mean, you don't really even know which one's your room.
I'm just gonna assume an empty one's ours, and I'll let the innkeeper know which room I took.
Okay, so you do
So
so.
we'll say I took A1.
You do so, and you return to the fire.
Yeah.
Narcool was just in there sleeping.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I do that. Because I'm going to sleep with Narcool in Narcool's room anyway. So I go and I open the doors until I find where I hear Narcool snoring.
Okay.
And then I push Balance in there and say, guard him. And then I go back downstairs.
Okay.
Then I join the group.
All right.
Did we say like how tall this individual was?
Tall.
Yeah.
Like
He was a big lad.
taller than a human should be?
It's like when you walk into a room.
Okay, so I'm 6'2", so like a human could be 6'2", right?
Right, but
Yeah.
you're generally on the larger size.
Okay,
Side
so
of
this guy is not like a abnormal humanoid height, right?
No, I mean, if you saw him, you clearly could identify the armor he was wearing. I would like to think, because we stabbed him many times.
Also, there's blood everywhere.
That's what I'm like trying to like get at, but not metagame. Like,
No, that's fair.
No,
I
mean,
think
Thud
based on what's
realized-
happening and the fact that he's been dead for almost a day,
Yeah.
So
I mean,
we're-
you can tell that it ain't right.
It's
Okay.
not like shuffling.
Solaris just puts his feet up on the like table and leaning back in his chair and starts drinking.
I toss him a beer.
I use
like
my
to
hilt
think
to
that
pop
I'm
the cap open.
Yeah. I'm like a couple drinks in. Like amazing, everybody.
Solaris, I didn't know you rolled that way. I saw you and the big guy just go straight to your room. It's like, okay, that's your time.
not his intended purpose for that Bruin. Although I'm sure some may enjoy that company. He's more of a tactical use in the future. The first of many, I hope.
Okay.
so that's the orc we just killed, right?
It's his body, yes. Not so much left up here. He's fully under my thrall. He can't do anything without my permission.
So we killed him, and you brought him back.
No, I reanimated his body. The orc that belonged inside that husk is dead. He Balance is what I've come to call him. I'm thinking of names for the others.
You have
Is
more
one-
than this.
I plan to.
So this ballast is like a robot, right? Kind of.
I'm not sure what a robot is. He acts kind of like a golem would, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is his name Balance, like balance beam, or ballast, like rock?
Balance. Balance.
Okay.
I purposely.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
In character, I purposely call him Balance.
Yeah.
that was Bruin being Bruin. He and his future kin will serve. Solaris will kick his feet off and lean towards the group.
Wait, he can reproduce.
Are you gonna have zombie
Kid-
babies?
Kin in spirit, Bruin. Not so much in blood.
Okay.
The
okay, I got
the
you.
weaver's web is vast and sprawls over a distance far greater than what I can reach. Through balances and inadvertently your help, I hope to give us the best chance at unraveling the many knots inside his web.
So you remember, like, the temple we just went through, and what that stands for,
Protecting others, and
and you understand you just brought back someone from the dead.
I think
I don't
decided
believe
that
any
one.
your god had any aversion to reanimating tools.
No, but I want to make sure you know where I stand on it, and I'll kill him when he crosses it.
He's unable to do anything I don't command him to do.
Honestly, at this point, I don't think it's really a him. More of a.
It's more so, yes.
I guess Thud will kind of like the lean back, like I agree to disagree, but just kind of like the stare back, not saying anything.
If it makes you that uncomfortable, Thud, I can dispel him. But I would like you to think how useful another body would be in combat, particularly for me.
I'll give him a chance.
I'll put it this way: if he disobeys a single order I give him, I will let you take the first swing at ending his life.
Deal.
And Solaris reaches out his hand towards the.
Thud will shake, but do that like limp fish right at the end.
Oh, is your
But
is
then
your armor? Is
do
it,
like the limp fish, but then it'll be like a firm handshake.
oh, I was worried that you might have damaged your arm there for a second. I was gonna take a look at it.
Have we ever nailed down self-defense? Because I feel like, you know, maybe we might have to defend ourselves, and we might need to really nail down what self-defense is before this guy comes out. Like, is it a step or is it a swing? You know,
You talking about
What?
I'm saying,
what? Huh?
if I kill him, it'll be in self-defense.
Oh.
This was
Oh.
like, I don't know. He was looking at me bad, and I had self-defense.
Oh, well, his face is covered, so you can't really
Oh.
look.
I will kill him. Promise.
You said you will or won't.
Kill him. I don't know. I just saw him actually
I think
for
you
like
said-
5 seconds, so I have no clue.
Oh, okay.
Muted out Noah, but you said won't, I think.
Won't kill him. Won't.
Got
Will
it.
not.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
I
So-
take another drink.
Is that dog still around here?
So,
I don't think so.
as you guys are discussing this among the group in the middle of this party, still taking the occasional swig so you don't look like you're talking about anything like you're just having a good time spending time together, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I backed out and I can't get back into.
I have a quick question. when Murtag opened that box that had the diamond in it, we didn't find out how much it was worth, did we? We just know it's a diamond.
Yeah, rather large diamond.
Okay.
I think it could be worth 300 GP, but you don't know
Yeah.
what was left at.
Man.
Okay, because I have it, because Murtag gave it to me.
Yeah. I know I don't have it. I can't
Yeah.
remember what I did with it.
I have it, I just didn't know how much it was worth.
I
So we'll
think
have
I
to have
have it here. Just give me a second.
Someone assess it. I'm sorry, I need to get a pencil.
Yeah, I think that was the thing, was we didn't get it assessed. But it was like you could see this being worth 300 GP. Like it wasn't out of the question.
Yeah, so
Zirconium.
I mean, diamond by itself is already worth a lot. So if that gives you any,
There's only one way to find out.
Could I like roll it? I don't even know. Whatever. Check to like estimate its value.
sure.
What would you like
Guys.
me to roll?
Hold on, let me pull up the sheet real quick.
That'd probably be investigation.
Oh,
It will be an intelligent based check. So let's say, yeah, I'd say, yeah, investigation. Let's do that.
Did you cast guidance, Jordan, for real?
I sure did.
For real life?
For real life.
Oh, dude. 18 plus 4 plus 8.
Yay.
Oh, excuse me?
20, 30. Pretty sure it's 30. 18 plus 4
Yeah.
plus 8.
So that's 22, and then 22 plus 8 is 30.
Yep.
Why can't I do math for other people's rolls, but not for mine?
Oh, look at that tray, man.
Look at that
What a
tray.
nice tray.
I thought I wrote it down here.
I said I was open.
Murtag, he just holds it up like.
You know very well, maybe because of your
Pass.
past, your background in such shady jobs and
Underhanded.
such stuff like that, you can kind of guesstimate as far as how much this rock is worth, and it can be somewhere around anywhere between like 150 gold to about 300 gold.
Oh, well, that's pretty big. It's probably like 150 gold to 300. And I just like throw it back like a baseball.
I catch it. Well, this may or may not work for what I can do, since we don't know the precise range. It has to be at least 300. But I'll keep it at if worst comes to worst, we can give it a try.
Okay, I'll kill somebody and we'll try it.
Maybe not waste such an expensive resource.
Wait, we already have a dead person in our party.
Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to bring people back that have drifted as far as he has. It needs to be more immediate.
Let's kill an oracle
Weird.
and stay
That
back.
could possibly work.
Let's see. So, as you guys are discussing the contents of your findings down at this place, reminiscing, and then also, occasionally kind of staring back at the hut where this dead orc is residing.
Staring at us through like the doorway or the window.
It's just standing in a dark room.
If anything, it's standing straight over, like right at the foot of Kevin or Norpal's bed, and is just looking deadpan, just like blank, like face covered, just at
He
him.
has no clue.
Nope.
Kevin would for sure kill it.
It's a good thing he's not here.
So, the local, Hanson, if you guys remember, comes up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember how to do his voice.
It was like a backwater southern accent.
Backwater southern accent. I don't think I've ever done a southern accent in this.
That's what he did before, I'm pretty sure.
But he comes up. Hey there, fellas.
Perfect. Oh, that.
So, thanks for taking care of the goblin problem that we had. We really appreciate it, and I hope you are enjoying yourself this fine evening.
Has been a much welcomed experience and change to what we've been accustomed to recently.
Well, great. Well, if you don't mind me prying, where are you guys headed off to? I'm assuming, well, I think we talked about this actually. You guys are going north towards the capital, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Do you want to know why?
I mean, sure. Why don't you enlighten me?
Basically, like, long story short, we saved the princess, and like this. Well, we can't tell you that, but we're the princess heroes, so just keep that in mind.
Okay. And he's kind of looking at you. He's like, okay.
Yeah.
He seems to be agreeing with you, and like, try to be as understanding as possible.
It's for sure true. That's what they all call us.
He goes, well, if you guys are going that way, I hope you brought some warmer clothes.
Nope. I didn't actually know it was cold.
Wait.
Yeah, I don't have warm clothes. Well, I'm not. Yeah, I don't.
I feel like Solaris' clothes are already like warm.
Okay. Sure.
I have one hoodie.
If you had is there a place in town that sells, because I don't have exactly a heavy cloak that would be warm. Is there a place in town that would provide us with those?
Well, the reason why I'm telling you this is because you're about less than a week's out from Espa, but you're gonna have to go through some mountain terrain, and it gets pretty chilly up there. It's probably the next 2 days of your trip here, but seeing how most of you just have cloaks and kind of just lighter wear, I'm assuming for all the mobility you guys possess, it'd probably be, I don't know, maybe in your best interest to get something a little warmer. We do have a shop that you can find just by the entrance. They sell some general winter gear, if you will, including gloves, maybe a heavier coat. But for the most part, that's about it. In fact, do you guys know what to expect from here to Espa?
Were we given a map?
No.
We just had someone give us verbal instructions, right?
Well, there were street signs mostly.
Oh.
Road signs. But yeah, verbal instructions, road signs, probably some travelers you guys met along the way.
Solaris looks to the rest of the group. Do any of you know what to expect?
Nope.
I don't think I've never went this way before.
Oh,
It would appear we
2 days.
are unprepared and know nothing about what lies ahead of us. Could you maybe give us some advice?
Of course. Well, like I said, the next 2 days is about mountain traveling. You'll probably have to stay up there for at least one night. Once you descend the mountain, you'll come across a little city. Well, I wouldn't say little. It's a lot bigger than most people expect it to be. But it's called Wellspring. From there, it's about 2 more days it's about 2 more days north of that, and you'll eventually hit Espa. But I'd probably suggest that you maybe spend the day in Wellspring or something. It's quite the area for travelers.
We will be sure to heed your advice. Are there any rumors that surround the mountains for you to traverse? Any tall tales or myths?
Are they particularly misty?
Well,
You have to go very far over them.
there are some elevation changes, but for the most part, it's a major road that leads from the south, that connects the south to the north. And it's actually one of the major roads that cross the Silverhorn Mountains.
Oh.
So, other than that, I mean, yeah, you have your occasional goblins, pests that you have to deal with, but for the most part, it's, and that and bandits. Hopefully you didn't run into any of those.
No, not us.
But it's a well-traveled road. Not many people make the journey just because it's so long, but I'm sure you've seen plenty of great things while coming at least even this far.
That we have.
The grape things.
Do you just say grape things?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man, that's
what?
good.
May I ask? Didn't you have a fifth companion with you guys?
Yeah. Wait, I forgot what happened to the guy. Did he just run off? Or did...
Oh,
no.
Good.
Norkel had sustained pretty heavy damage due to his own folly, so he's currently licking his wounds
All
in
right.
our room up ahead.
Oh, I hope he recovers then.
He
Well,
should be fine.
I don't want to take up all your time this whole night, so just send my regards to Norkel, and we thank you again. When you come back through, just let us know. We'll be sure to, celebrate again.
All
Look
right.
forward to it.
I
Kind of
do,
backs
I told
away.
you.
He goes and sits down, as if you guys are still looking. He goes and sits down by a young lass.
Oh,
Looks a whole lot like the daughter of the village chief.
Wait, the chief sat down next to.
no.
No.
Oh, never mind. I got it.
Well,
Canton?
Yeah, Cantor's the guy that runs the town.
Mm-hmm.
Hans is the guy we met at the start.
Interesting.
Feels like a good steal your girl moment.
So,
Hey, so how about arm wrestle?
he's already made separation with you guys. So unless you
Yeah,
go
no.
back over,
Okay.
if you guys have nothing else to do for the night, you are welcome to rest, and we will continue the rest of your journey in the morning.
Solaris will, before going to sleep, just kind of sit at like the foot of his bed, like thumbing his symbol, his holy symbol in his hand, palming it, and will pray to Kelevmore and say, I don't know what the Weaver has left in store for us. The challenges in Kaelwood were daunting. After seeing Third God Helm provide a form of guidance, I I fear I don't know enough. And these abilities you grant me, I just hope I'm utilizing them to balance the scales those in the temple set me to do. And that's it.
Okay. You after your moment of speaking to your patron and meditating on the thought, you rest your head, well deservedly, kind of exhaling all the stress that has been built up over the last couple of weeks, traveling here, having seen a kind of thud in his more real divine intervention, if you will. You've really had to process the whole thing, and through several minutes, and then several more minutes, you're able to kind of get it all sorted out, and to, in a sense, balance your thoughts. And it creates a calmness that washes over you, and you are able to fall asleep and drift into silence. So the night rolls over and the morning comes. The light kind of comes at a later time because of the valley you guys are in. But it does eventually rise. You do see kind of an orange glow that fills the interior of this valley. And one by one, you guys wake. Particularly you, Solaris, as you wake, you do see the figure still standing there. He's the smell isn't great. But you also look over and see that Norqual rolling around in his bed. You're not sure if he got enough sleep, but he does seem to still be in pain.
Can I walk over to him? Is he like conscious, kind of?
He kind of in a state of in and out.
Can I do a quick medicine check to make sure that he's not like infected or anything?
Yeah. Please roll a medicine check.
11.
11. You place your hand on his head, and you can feel that he's kind of battling a fever right now. Not life-threatening, but for kind of a quick look, that seems to be what's ailing him, aside from maybe his overall health is trying to fight off an infection, but it doesn't seem serious.
Okay. I'll give him a few things from my medicine bag to help
Okay.
kind of like stabilize the fever.
Okay. Yeah, you gave him some pain relievers, just to help with the wounds.
I give him some NSAIDs to help reduce the inflammation and the fever, preferably Tylenol.
Okay. So you do
It's like
so.
Oregon Trail version of D&D now.
What are you saying?
This is like Oregon Trail now.
Yeah.
Hey, good.
She got dysentery. Crap.
Well, great. And the rest of you wake as well. Do you guys? May I presume that you guys will load up your wagon and?
Can I go buy some winter gear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's say that you guys load up your wagon and start traveling towards the north entrance. exit, if you will. And on your way there, you do stop by the store. I believe your familiar will have to walk along with the wagon.
Yeah.
That's
If
fine.
Norquil, all your stuff's in the wagon, half your wagon's taken up by a ballista, and
Mm-hmm.
you also have Norquil just basically laying in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that said, I'm assuming, yeah, basically he'll have to walk.
That's fine.
Okay. So you
Can you
guys
run?
travel
You can,
to
yeah.
the store, and let's say, is everyone buying winter gear?
Yeah, I also want to inquire if they have maps.
Sure. Okay.
Awesome.
If you're all buying winter gear, let's just say it's gonna cost you guys a gold apiece.
Oh,
Yeah, I can
Can
just
I,
take that off the party funds if you guys want.
Yeah, just 6 off the
that'd
party
be
phone.
good.
Okay, so go ahead and take out 5.
can I pay an extra gold to have like a furry
Look at Wolverine.
like the like I want the furry thing on my head.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to pay an extra gold. You
Oh,
just
that's how
that's just your selection. How about that?
Sweet.
Yeah, it's like a Velcro strip. You can just attach it on there.
So it's like now you have 2 hoodies.
Yeah.
Uh,
loading up on
as
hoodies.
far as a map goes, he does have a map of the area. It's kind of more of a general, at least it's like the map of the trail that leads from Espa to the south. It even goes past Kalewood.
Yeah, I'll take that. How much is it?
I mean, because maps in general are hard to make and they're kind of, let's say that it'll cost you a gold piece.
Okay.
Before he makes the transaction, can I pull out all of our 4 short swords and 2 crossbows that are in the bag of holding?
Okay.
Will you trade?
Oh, well, I don't normally deal with weapons, and these. Can I? Where'd you get these swords? And is it from the cave?
I think they're from the first bandits you
From
killed.
the bandits with the wagon full of rocks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He goes, well, I'm sure I can get some of the villagers to buy some of this stuff as well. And people that travel here sometimes like to restock. I'll tell you what. I'll give you, since they're not the greatest shape, I'll give you 5 gold for the lot.
Wait, can I?
What's up, bro?
I think Bruin's old short sword was in there. Can you separate that from the?
The sword that you traded when you got the 2-handed weapon or whatever.
Did I?
No,
I don't have that marked. I just have the
I'm just
sword.
assuming you kept your sword.
Yeah, these are just the weapons we pulled off the bandits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that might be great.
You have it tied to your pack.
It's the sword that helped you get through the army.
Yeah. Or I got
Your memento.
It's not
So yeah, we'll do for the trading the map for the weapons. We'll just do +4 gold to us then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, before we leave this place, do we need to get climbing gear if we're gonna?
Well, Hansen said that the road was well traveled through the mountains, so he made it seem that there was a clear road for us to follow, that we wouldn't be climbing or traversing any terrain not already paved, so to say.
Let's just say, let's take stock of our rope real quick.
Oh, yeah. I have none. Norqual has 45 feet of rope.
I
Look at that.
think-
Rope.
I don't think I have any because I think
A lot of you lost your rope from the
Yeah.
from the wall.
from the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him.
So what? You want to buy another like 100 feet of rope?
I mean,
Oh no, I tied mine in a knot that was supposed to become untied, but it didn't come untied.
Yeah, it didn't work. And I, as Bruin, tried to shoot the rope to cut it, and apparently I couldn't cut a rope.
yeah, I don't know if it would have.
How much is another 50 feet of rope?
It is 1 gold piece.
Oh yeah, I'll buy it. I'll buy Solaris buys 50 feet of rope just for himself to have.
Okay. You can mark off 1 gold piece.
Yeah, 14 or 15 to 14.
I don't want to carry rope.
Yeah, man.
That's Bruin time.
Oh, I just put it in the bag of holding. I didn't carry it on Solaris.
I'll buy another 50 feet of rope then. So that's to do in the bag of holding if that's the case.
So there's 100 feet of rope in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Two
Yes.
50-foot sections of rope.
Yeah.
2 50-foot sections.
Okay. All right. Ready, Eddie?
Yeah, I'm just gonna change around some spells, but I'm listening.
I think I'm ready.
Okay. So, you guys take off into the northern path. You guys do cross by a little not short little trail, but a trail that you guys came from before when you went through the halls of Helm, or exited from the halls of Helm. But you do remember where this little trail leads to a kind of a oasis, if you will, in the mountains. But bypassing that, you guys continue on the northern trail, the road, which is...
I have a question. Was this the path that led up to the Goblin Den?
No.
Okay.
So, continue on. The road is it's wide enough for 2 carts at times. 2 wagons at times. But for the most part, it's just 1 wagon width. As they didn't spend that much on the infrastructure. Since it's not that congested of a place. And going through this area, you cross by, it's pretty much in a valley with high rises of mountains on both sides. You'll see you're still covered by forests, trees, and you hear basically wild animals all around you, mostly birds. Continuing along this path, you do feel an elevation, and walking you're not covering as much distance as you would like, just because you're going upwards, and also you have a undead orc following behind you on foot.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys are able to do this, and you start seeing more kind of like large switchbacks as you climb up the side of this mountain that's before you. The peak of about halfway up the mountain, you can't see anything past it because of the clouds. But you do kind of get a sense that the road does go up the mountain a little bit, and then towards the right, around the right side of it. It is increasingly getting colder, as you expected. And I'm assuming at this point, the group decides to put on their winter gear to warm up a little bit. Scarves and furry hoods.
Is there any snow on the ground?
You do see ice forming, kind of in spots, more spotty at first, and then patches, then kind of just snow as you get closer to the top of this area. The road itself is because of its dirt and ground nature, it stays warm enough to keep the ice off of it, but you do see the snow almost creeping in on the road.
So do we have our winter gear on before the snow?
As you see snow.
When we start to
Let me ask
comfortable,
this
we put it
more
on.
directly. Does Murtag have his hood up or down when there's snow?
Sure. It's up.
All right,
He
continue.
usually wears his hood up anyway, like his little hood.
Okay. So
You can tell he's been in the before.
traveling through, you eventually you see the sun rise with you as you climb the side of this mountain, and you do see the sun eventually hit its peak and then start dropping across the western skies, which is on the other side of the mountain. So it kind of disappears early, but for the most part, the area around you is still pretty lit. It is more of a orange haze, but you get through it, and eventually you feel some decline. But once you hit kind of the peak of this trail at the side of this mountain, you never actually climb to the very top. There's still thousands of feet above you. But once you hit this certain spot on the road, you're able to see the winding path that basically hugs the side of this mountain range into the kind of the unknown. Doesn't seem to be very many trails that come off of this main road, but with only one direction to go, you guys move forward. Eventually it does get dark, and would you guys like to continue traveling through the dark, or
We have a headlight or a lantern, don't we?
I don't think so. I mean, we have my orb that floats around me when I wanted to.
Okay.
You could cast daylight with it. Nobody would see it coming.
Is it? I would know because of the spell. How much longer do I have until I need to re-up Balance's battery charge?
let's see. You did that pretty late at night. I would say it would probably be about 2 or 3 hours.
Okay. Are we in an area where we might be able to pull off so we don't block the road?
At this point, you don't see kind of what are those overlooks?
Yeah.
At least in your immediate vicinity. You could roll a perception check for me with disadvantage if you would like.
Okay. Oh, well, I see nothing. Wait, doesn't check? Yep, nothing.
What did you roll though?
1. So total 9.
Okay.
Falls off the side of the cliff.
Hey, I'm not the one driving.
You seem pretty focused on trying to keep warm at this point. You maybe even consider about getting your balance to stand closer to you, maybe.
do I passively see anything more than 18?
I apologize, but at this time,
Yeah,
there seems to
it's
be some
really,
snow that's
cold.
being blown off the mountain that keeps hitting your eyeballs.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
Trying to bring down the mountain.
Okay.
Well,
I mean,
I say we continue on until we can find a place to rest. I don't feel like he is that good of a spot.
I mean, I guess we couldn't just hide behind the wagon or, you know.
I mean, it wouldn't be as comfortable.
I mean, it's just not a big fan of going in the dark.
I mean, I can create a small amount of light first. I can create a large amount of light first if we want to push on to find greener pastures.
I'm down for that. Cause
Okay.
usually I like to sleep somewhere comfortable.
All right. Well,
don't
I guess
wanna
I'll take out.
complain, but it sucks right here.
I'll take out the the orb cast daylight, I guess.
so with your wear light,
Yeah.
you kind of let it float in the air, and
Yeah, toss it up.
you
What do you
say
say?
the magic daylight spell that you always change,
Yep, I sure do.
and it illuminates, just sending out a blaring light in the darkness around you. You at this point do see like it's almost magical as the light bounces off the snow that's falling around you, and kind of being blown off the side of the mountain. As you illuminate it, you do see a good distance as far as the road in front of you and the road behind you, and all your companions that are in the vicinity. So you guys are able to travel without hindrance, at least for the next hour. About say 15 minutes before the light goes out. Let's have the group. I mean, I'm assuming that all of you guys are looking for a place to kind of hunker down. So let's have the group roll a perception check with. Nope, sorry. Survival check with advantage.
I can do it. If no one else
yeah.
is feeling.
I'll cast guidance on Thud.
He's been praying this whole time.
Please let us
Huh?
go.
D4.
Yeah, D4.
I don't have a D4 here. Let's just divide that by 2. So 17 plus 3 for 20.
Okay, nice.
21. Sorry, I get a +1.
Okay. Does Thud have a beard?
No.
Okay, clean shaven man.
Well, it's a half orc.
Does Bruin have a beard?
No, he's clean shaven.
Okay.
Murtag kind of has like a little bit
I will say that you guys have developed a little bit of frost on your eyebrows. Like it's getting pretty cold, and you realize now how cold you would be without all this winter gear. So you're thankful to have it, but you guys as a group are looking for any place along this road. I mean, that you would assume would have a place for you to kind of, rest for the night. And lo and behold, you do find where this road is. It kind of goes under a large jutted out rock, kind of creating like a shelter of sorts. And inside this jutted rock, there is a large area where you can kind of park your horse down and rest for the night. And actually, you do see that it seems like this is a place that people use quite a bit, because you do see old fire pits. There's actually log also kind of placed along the side of this kind of area, so you may use that as well.
Awesome.
This is a good spot to stay.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
It's fine with me.
So you guys get the you park the wagon near the kind of the inside of this shelter, and maybe try to keep the horses warm. Is someone lighting a fire?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll light a fire.
Survival check, please.
Uh-oh. 10.
10.
5 plus 5.
You're able to do it.
Oh, 12.
It's not the quickest one, and could be the fact that it's just so cold.
Hands are
But eventually you're
burning.
able to find dry wood, and you create a fire, and the group has never been more relieved with you. Now, as you guys kind of hunkered down to rest for the night, is anybody keeping watch? And if so, give me your...
I'll take first watch.
Do a second watch. Or whatever. I'll do a watch.
Yeah, I guess I'll do third then. And right before I go to bed, I recast Animate Dead on balance to keep them cooking for another 24 hours.
Okay. And food?
Yeah, I do them both.
Great.
Ooh. Nice.
So I have 1/3 level spot in case I wake up suddenly in the night to an attack.
So, with that said, you guys have your meal, and start setting out your sleeping areas. And you said Dud's taking the first watch?
Yep.
You are kind of facing the fire, and then also facing the road, as you're pretty secure in the fact that nothing's going to come from the rocks.
Can I
behind
be
you.
in our... Don't we have like a harpoon on the wagon?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For the vampire.
Yep, the harpoon turret.
Yeah.
Just like 5 degrees off from balance.
Okay.
Ready to swing that over.
All right.
To a
He's
tree.
not actually watching for...
Yeah, I'm like not even looking out the road. Just
Only watching it.
Okay.
hoping for a reason to kill balance.
Roll a perception check for me for your first watch.
That's a natural 20. For 21.
Heck yeah, you are very watchful. In combination with your dark vision, the firelight, and maybe just being attentive due to an undead orc standing among your encampment, you just notice everything that's happening around you. You're able to... It's like you almost hear all the single snowflakes that hit the ground or something. But your watch goes uneventful. Second watch, who's got it?
Me.
Okay,
Perception.
Murtag, would you roll a perception check for me?
12.
Okay.
Boy.
Does Murtag have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay.
60 feet, I think.
12. You being typical Murtag, sleep is something you value a lot, and the fact that you have to do a watch is kind of annoying, but you do it for the good of the group.
There's nobody out here anyway.
there's nobody out here anyways, is the mentality. Your watch also goes uneventful. Third watch, your human cleric wakes up,
Oh boy.
Sir, with your firelight, I'd say let's just
I
do
also
it.
turn the little orb to the normal light setting
Okay.
to give me more reach of light.
Okay.
Please.
Go ahead and roll perception check normally.
Okay, I will cast guidance on myself.
You just have your orb kind of rotating around you.
Yeah.
Like League of Legends.
It's like third watch is like when you're trying to sleep and someone in the house is like using the bathroom, like the hallway lights on, like the bathroom lights on, like it's dark, but like it's not dark.
19 total.
Okay. Like a human, especially you being in this group, seemingly like it seems like everybody else in the party has dark vision. But to make up for that lacking skill, you use your ability to hear more than your sight. Sometime during your watch, you do hear a growl, off in the distance, right beyond the reach of the fire, the fire pit light. With such a high roll, you're able to kind of make out its shape. It is the shape of it's on all four legs. It's very hairy. It's not huge, but you do see what you imagine it to be a wolf. And at this point, you only see one. You're not sure if there are more, but it's seemingly keeping its distance. It's not like being super aggressive or anything.
Can I get the orb to pass like a little closer to where I saw the shape?
Yeah, sure. So as you kind of send the orb in front of you, glancing the wolf, you can see that the fur is white. And then you can see its eyes gleam across as well as the orb passes through. It's not making any movement towards you at this point, just almost sitting there, curious.
I'll keep the light there where it is and just keep eye contact with it.
Okay. About 5 or so minutes passes, and you see him kind of get up from its sitting position and just kind of disappear off the side of the mountain.
Okay.
For the rest of your watch, it goes uneventful, and morning comes. Across where your kind of alcove is, it's facing the eastern direction. You do see the sun rise. It is a lovely sight.
Okay. I'll start cooking the leftover food from the night before, reheating it for breakfast.
Reheating it. Your non-flavorful food.
Yeah, it's oatmeal.
Let's see. How about this? Yeah, you're welcome to roll a
Flavor check.
Flavor check.
If I bought spices and added spices to the bland food, it would then create a better taste.
Go ahead and roll a survival check. And I don't know if someone wants to help you. You're welcome to roll it.
If someone is aware of what's going on, then is definitely down to help.
Yeah. With the two of you,
color there.
would you like to cook separate things or help each other cook stuff?
I will help Bruin because Bruin enjoys cooking more than Solaris does.
Okay, go ahead and roll a survival check for me.
Okay.
With advantage.
Survival plus... Oh, okay. Without the proficiency or...
Can you roll a check for cooking? Cooking utensils?
Cooking.
You see, so just 20 plus proficiency or something. But,
Sure.
Well, if you have survival, you would just roll a d20 then add your survival.
Yeah, I would say this is more of a wisdom than a intelligent check.
okay,
And I'll
wait,
also
no.
give you a d4.
Oh, so yeah, so that's just 18, just straight, just survival.
Perfect.
So,
You were able to take the bland food that Solaris provides and spruce it up. Maybe with butter that you've milked from a local, I don't know,
Yeah.
goat.
Handsome.
Milked from Hanson. I don't know.
Mhm.
So, but you're able to season it very well. The rest of you find enjoyment, and this is the first time you've tasted something so good in a while. Just because most of the food that you've been eating has been Solaris's magic food.
Like Murtag rolls over, he's like, "No, I don't want any more of this crap. I'm sick of it." I like convince him to eat it. It's like, I'll be fine. Okay, fine, whatever. I'll try some. It's like a teenager at a camp out.
Nice.
yeah.
It's not a plain hamburger. They don't want it.
Yeah. I
Um,
guess it's okay. My mom makes better.
packing up all your stuff.
Yep.
You guys put out the fire and continue on your way. The rest of the trip is very much like the first half. Lots of snow, lots of trying to keep warm, and just traveling through this winding path. Eventually,
Quick note of order. I make sure that Norquil's not dying throughout this time.
okay. Go and roll a medicine check for me. So
Where is it? 7 plus 8.
oh yeah,
Fif-
he
15.
he seems to be coming out of it.
Cool.
Coming out of the worst. So, the trail itself, you do feel a decline in elevation as the trip goes on. It's probably about noon when you finally kind of get out of the majority of white to more familiar tones of green and browns. But as you're descending onto this area in front of you, the mountains basically you've gone through the mountains at this point. And if you remember correctly, it used to run from like the southwest to the northeast. So you guys basically gone straight north, and the mountain is behind you from basically southwest to the northeast. So you can kind of get a general feel for it. And since you bought a map, I'll get you a map later because I don't have one made.
Okay.
And I will mark you are here whenever you do get it. But as you're descending this mountain, you're able to see kind of the vast land in front of you. It is about noon, so the sun is directly overhead. You're able to see very well what's in front of you. And immediately at the bottom, at the base of this mountain, probably about several thousand yards off, you see your trail, your road eventually lead into this patch of a dark patch along the surface of this kind of area, and you can tell immediately that this is a city. It is very I guess it covers a lot of land. It's like what you imagine Dallas is like. Very spread out. Not Dallas, just basically any town in Texas. Just very spread out. Instead of going straight up. So, as you guys get closer to this city, more or less, it seems like all the buildings are one level. and that's kind of the immediate thing you see because there's nothing that's jutting out in the middle of the city. But kind of descending into this town, you eventually kind of hit a layer of noticeable warmth. Before passing that layer, it kind of gets back to normal temperatures.
Thank God.
And let's see.
Crows out there.
Kind of looking down, you can see that the city is largely divided up by 3 main roads that meet in the middle. The one that you're going into kind of hits the middle, and then it kind of wise off. One road leading to the west and one road leading to the north. What you're coming from the southeast direction. And by the time you get closer to the city, it's still kind of below your elevation, so you can kind of see over the city. But by the time you get down there, it's getting darker, as the city does become dark earlier on, just because the mountain range that's passed on its east side. I'm sorry.
West side.
Yeah.
You get what I mean. So as you get into this area, you do see like the more populated area is in the middle. You guys get to the front door. There aren't any gates to this city. It seems to be very open, and immediately as you enter town, you see kind of a buzz about the city. I wouldn't say it's like crazy, but it seems like there's a lot of traveling that goes through these main roads. And let's see.
Do we get the sense that like travel through the mountains is kind of shut down right now? Like, is there less travel on the path we were going because it's cold?
Oh, it
Or is
seems
it-
like any traveling that goes into the mountains usually happens during the day. So
Oh,
as
okay.
it's like kind of descending into night right now, especially
many
as you're
people
coming
are-
down, you don't see people coming up.
Yeah, okay.
Does anyone take a particular notice in our ballista part?
Um, roll a perception check.
Okay.
It's like driving a tank into the city.
It's like, don't mind me.
It's not so much a tank. It's like if someone like
Warthog.
attached a gun to the back of their like Ford pickup truck.
Yeah, it's like a Jeep
Oh, yeah.
on the back.
Okay, John, I got a 23.
A 23.
Yeah.
Baby.
You do get some occasional notice, especially from like the local kids. They think it's pretty cool that it's pretty obvious that it is a ballista. And they see this other little kid kind of like sitting on the wagon as well, just like he owns this thing. So they're like you see some jealous looks. But I guess with the 23,
I like wink at like give him like one day you could be me.
You won't grow at all, but you could be.
with the 23, this is also like, you notice that this is like the first city you've come across where there are a lot more non-human race walking around, including dwarves and tieflings and stuff like that.
Any more half orcs come?
There are the occasional half orcs.
Okay.
We're special people.
Let's see. Yeah. As you guys are traveling, I guess you're just going down this main road.
Mm-hmm. I'm keeping my eye out for anything interesting.
Okay. As you guys are going down this main road, you notice there are several, like, there's a section of this main road that has just rows. Well, it's just basically all these storefronts that are bathhouses, on the left and on the right. and they're all kinds of different designs in the front. It seems like they are catering to all types of people. And you see like people entering obviously, and then coming out seemingly happy. And I mean, there's just people like everywhere.
Hope you're dead.
Sorry.
No worries. That said, there are all kinds of stands everywhere as well. Are you guys looking for anything in particular? It is nighttime now. The sun's gone down.
Like an inn maybe.
Okay.
The guy said we should stay the night here. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should spend the day here. So, I guess we can go night exploring.
Oh,
I mean, it's like early evening.
Like 5-ish.
I would like to keep my eyes out for other small humans
Small
that look
humans.
like me.
Sure. I mean, there are definitely like halflings are. You've seen halflings throughout. They're more common than any other race that you've come across so far.
I definitely go to the bathhouse if that's what they are.
Okay. Well, let's first get you checked into an inn. You guys do come across a little, not even little. It is a legit inn. Like they have like pillars for storefront, like the front of this thing. I mean, by any means, it's not like for rich people, but it's a lot nicer looking than anything you've been in seen so far.
Like a Montgomery Inn.
Like a Montgomery Inn. So you guys enter. Sorry. You can see clearly in common the name of this store. I mean, not store. This inn is called the Palace.
That's dope.
Caesar.
And
This place is
it's kind of
good.
funny, ironic in a sense that if you imagine a palace, it'd be more stonework and ivory and marble and stuff like that. It seems like it's trying to replicate that, but everything's made of wood instead.
Oh. Does it look like it's done well, or kind of like eh?
Yeah, it's done well.
Good.
It's like imagine if someone did that and tried to paint it white, but the white is kind of rubbing off through wear.
Okay.
It has the
But it's still
disgusting-
nice. It's still nice. Don't get me wrong. It's not like. But you guys get in, and immediately you see someone at the reception desk, a young lady, a human, with dark short hair. Hello,
like
good sirs.
to
How may I help you?
You got this, Lord.
Wait, what did that say?
I was saying we need a place to stay for the night.
Oh, well, you come to the right place. Welcome to the palace. Are you looking for rooms to share or individuals?
A few to share, I believe.
What
Unless
order the prices first? Let's work that out.
Oh, prices. Well, I understand about the name. It's actually not great, but we're offering a room for about at least for one night about 8 or 9 silvers per person.
oh,
Per person or per room?
It's per person per room. It's like, but if you're willing to share, we can put 2 in a room for a gold.
that's not bad.
What about the odd man out? Are we gonna play rock paper?
How many can we fit in a room? Is it just 2 people per room?
I'm going to assume that you left Norcal outside and also your.
We do.
Alright.
Yeah, Balance is guarding Norcal. I say we'll take 3 rooms, miss.
3 rooms. Okay.
Okay.
For 2 people each.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That would be 3 gold altogether. If you would like to have breakfast in the morning, that would be an extra silver per person.
Oh,
Okay, so 3 gold and
5
1, 2, 3,
silver.
4, 5 silver.
6 silver per person.
I'll
Yeah,
just
I
take
just-
party funds.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just pay for me and Balance's room.
Just expense it.
Okay. And seeing how you guys are dressed, I'm assuming that you guys came from the south through the Silverhorn Mountains.
Yes, we had just recently left Salem. We stayed and took care of some business for them, and we moved on to here.
Well, wonderful. Is this your first time coming through?
It is. Is there anything in the city that you recommend we see before we leave?
Oh, well, I'm sure you passed by several of these places, but we do have some of the most luxurious bathhouses around. This being the city of Wellspring. We are known particularly for the natural springs that come through the Silverhorn Mountains, and it basically travels through the veins of the earth into this little town of ours. It's not really little. She's trying to be as humbling as she can. But they do provide very refreshing spas and springs to kind of, I don't know, ease the fatigue of traveling.
And which one of these spas would you say is your favorite?
My favorite, well, I really, really like the Taj Mahal. They just make me feel like a princess every time I go. But be warned, it
rightfully
is
so.
a bit pricey.
And what is your name, dear?
Tally.
Tally. And Solas, pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure's all mine. Is there anything else I can help with?
Is her humbleness, does it seem like genuine?
Insight check.
Do it.
Tally likes the Taj Mahal.
What?
That's the one.
As a 1. She seemed genuine.
Is it Callie or Tally?
I heard Tally.
It's Tally. Tally. We do have a bar here, and she kind of leans over the counter a little bit and puts her hand to her face. There are other bars that have a wider selection.
Thank you.
She kind of winks.
Yeah, I went back.
She pays no attention to it.
Aww. Solas doesn't care.
Slash is gonna have a broken
She
heart.
tries not to. She realizes you're a holy man.
It's all relative.
Hmm.
Well, we better go get Norcold situated in one of the rooms and not in the freezing cold.
Okay. Well, no, this city is warm.
Oh, like comfortable?
Yeah,
Even though.
it's not the mountains anymore.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
I'll stay in a room with Narcool, and take care of or whatever.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, so you
I-
guys move Norcold to his room. They do have a place where you can park your wagon.
Cool.
So you do so. As far as your orc, Did you want to bring him inside?
Is that about that? Are there like side entrances to this place?
I mean, not that you're aware of.
Can we
Ow.
retcon that we
Huh?
have like winter clothes at the store? Like just
Oh,
completely
wait,
like
I'll-
winterized.
Since I don't need my winter like heavy cloak anymore, I'll put it on him and like drape it over him.
Okay. I mean, it's kind of gross. He's like gross.
Like,
He's
what do you
also-
mean gross?
Yeah.
Like he's
Maybe
dead.
we should take him to a
Yeah,
bathhouse
but, like-
area.
It's
He's
like-
literally.
kinda-
It's like literally clothing a zombie.
So let me ask, because I've been wondering this. If I like poke balance with my finger, like what do I feel? Like if I poke him in the ribs.
You feel like fleshy. It's kind of like slaw. Your finger kind of goes in a little bit because it's kind of decaying.
Yeah.
Comes back like a greasy.
Oh, that's awful.
I have a plan for the smell.
So
Okay.
let's just say you keep him. Well, okay, you you dress him in your winter clothes.
Yeah, and then we just the same thing we did in the bar. Just kind of go straight up to the room, not really making eye contact with anyone.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
Yeah.
For me or the
Wait.
zombie.
Oh,
Can
for the zombie.
I like bring Narcool in and like act like he's super and like, sorry guys, this guy's really drunk. Like make a big commotion about it to like help out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Like weekend at Bernie's.
yeah. Like oh sorry,
Roll
guys,
a
like, really sorry.
performance check.
Uh-oh. It is really good. 5.
Great.
5. I won't say you're gonna get advantage to this.
Okay.
I tried.
He has
I
a
think that
your orc has a -2.
Yeah, 17 total.
So you roll a 19.
Yep.
All right.
Dang.
This thing passes as large as he passes through. Some people, I mean, the receptionist obviously notices, but doesn't think too much about it as you bring him through.
Okay.
I like make sure to walk by the receptionist and like pointing at like make a big deal about it.
And he's
Even though it's
got like
total failure.
he's got like my bags and like stuff, trying to make him look servanty.
Okay. So he brings him into the room, and I guess you just park him there for the.
Yeah, I said balance guard the door.
Okay.
And I leave.
Okay. So do you put Norcol in the same room?
With-
Norcol will be in my room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you find your respective room upstairs. Basically, you have 3 rooms. They're not. There's 2 rooms that are together, and another room across the hallway. So
Okay.
at this point, before we continue on, should we take a break?
I do actually need to run to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's take a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back.
Fine.
Sure.
Heads up, no, it's supposed to snow tomorrow.
Do you know how much?
I didn't see like an amount, but it just looks like it's going to be a winter mix from like 11 till well past like 8. But it's not. It's supposed to hover right at freezing.
Probably be good. It was above freezing today.
Yeah. Yeah, so starting at 1, it's supposed to be 34, and it's supposed to start, and it's supposed to go until like 1 p.m. the next day, so you'll probably be okay.
Travel a bit slower.
But yeah,
Leave a little early.
that'd be kind of slushy.
You need to wash out the car.
How much money do we have in the party fund right now?
Like 940 GP.
Jeez, that's
Nice.
quite a bit.
Yeah, that 800 GP we got. We're just filling around with a magic box. It's pretty good.
Pretty tight.
We got 800
Yeah.
gold.
We got like 800 from it.
Mm-hmm.
And a bag of holding.
Yeah, that was a pretty good.
Pretty sweet.
That was a pretty good haul.
What all does your fancy new armor do?
Currently, it's just a +2 to AC.
But it's already 18, so that's like 22 to hit. Yeah.
21, right?
No, he has
18 plus a +2 for a shield, +2 for the armor. So it's 22 AC.
He's got better than Cavino right now.
Jeez.
Yeah. And if I dropped Shield of Faith because I didn't feel like I needed it anymore, but I could get back to Shield of Faith and I could have a 24 AC.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I needed it anymore. Yeah.
Unless we're
Jeez.
fighting like a really powerful boss, I just don't see why I need to go that high.
Yeah, plus, like, higher levels, 24 is not really going to matter because the boss is going to have, like, a +13 to hit, and it's just going to hit you no matter what.
At that point, yeah, it's like,
It's basically just protection from the ads at that point.
I mean, really, it's like Yeah, at that point, it's just there's better things I could do with that slot.
Yeah, that's why I don't have it anymore. Because most of you guys have a high enough AC where you're not really getting hit.
Well,
No.
Well,
Noah's usually, or Murtag's usually pretty far getting
yeah,
hit.
I'm usually hiding.
He's good at hiding, that's true.
Yeah, because you and I are usually around the same distance. Unless our melee boys start getting messed up, then I run in.
I think Bruin has the lowest AC.
No, not more than,
I have a 15.
Mine's 18.
yeah. I have 18.
Oh, that's right. You have a shield.
Mm-hmm.
With shield. If I don't have the shield, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry for the delay.
You're good.
All right. As you guys situated into your rooms, what would you guys like to do for the night out onto town? Is there anything specifically you want to visit? Shops or bathhouses, or the city is all yours basically.
I want to go see this Taj Mahal.
Okay. You're able to ask kind of the location of this Taj Mahal with Tally giving you verbal instructions.
Cool.
I'm interested in the bathhouse, but not Taj Mahal bathhouse. Like, I'm more of like an Econo Lodge kind of guy.
Lodge guy, okay.
No, I don't need like Holiday Inn every time.
Holiday.
Don't worry, you haven't been to Holiday Inn every time so far. Okay, but let's say, so we have two different interests splitting up the group, guys. This is how people die.
I'm not worried about it.
I'm just kidding.
Like, so just come on, then. Just
Oh, is everyone else going to the Taj Mahal?
Well, I think so.
Oh, fine.
Sounds pretty good.
Oh, fine. All right, so
I thought we were splitting up. Oh,
okay, you guys head out and you step out into the streets. It seems like as the later it gets, the streets become more and more packed with people. There are kids running around. There's people taking their significant other out on dates, and they're all eating and playing and whatnot. You're able. Nice. As soon as you kind of get to the entrance and someone pushes open the door, you can just feel the warm, kind of moist air hits you from like just steam.
Our pores open up instinctively.
So, I'm assuming the group of you step through?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eagerly.
Okay, so you guys step through, and it seems like there's people walking around. This is the lobby area. There is a center counter right in the middle of the room. It's kind of an island counter, and there are a few people behind it. They welcome you and usher you to the counter. Hello. Are you guys here for a nice relaxing evening with us?
I'm very excited to see what this wonderful place has to offer.
Okay, no problem. How long will you be spending with us?
See, we're new to this town, so we're not really sure. I've never, quite frankly, been to a bathhouse, So I
Okay.
don't really know the standard procedures, as you would say. How long do people normally stay?
Well, we offer varying services to depending on how much time you want to spend. But minimum probably about an hour, maximum as long as you want until we close.
And when do you close?
We close around probably midnight.
Let's turn the group. How does a few hours sound? 2?
It's still about 5 o'clock right now, so you have at least 7 in front of you.
That is.
Holy
That's
cow.
Oh, I don't want to be here the whole time. I want
Let's,
to go see other
let's do like 2 hours and then find something to eat.
2
'Cause,
hours and then food. Maybe like an arcade or something.
we need some good food.
Maybe there's a magic shop here.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 hours apiece, Mom.
So 2 hours apiece, and he kind of gets behind his counter. And might I ask, would you guys like the works? And he kind of points over at this board that has all the different services. The board basically lists. First off, it's like there's like sauna. There's a mud bath. There is basically varying degrees of massages.
Is this like when you get your wagon washed, you can choose like a wheel repair and a kind of like a rust-proof coating, or how many do we get to pick? As many ones we want?
Well, this is what I would suggest. This is what we kind of offer to all our first timers. Get the mud bath. It's amazing. Get the shower
Sounds
afterwards,
terrible.
and then soak yourself in the hot bath.
That sounds fantastic. I will do that.
Okay. And everybody's agreeing to this?
Sure, fine. Sounds terrible, but I'm gonna do it.
Now there's a massage just for your butt. Is that for real?
A whole hour. Just dedicated to your
so the service that package of service is about 2 gold.
Thud asked if they offer group discounts. We have a Groupon?
Actually, we were referred here by Tally, who works over at the palace. She said that we should mention her name.
Tally. We know her very well here. I don't recall ever giving her any sort of discount. But and
I
he's
was
like,
just
give me
repeating what I was
1
told.
second.
Thank you.
So he like kind of goes. He lifts up the counter gate, steps through, kind of goes, disappears off into the side room, and brings a very kind of I wouldn't say stern-looking woman, but basically an upright woman.
Oh, gee.
It's like,
Back completely straight.
yeah. Hello. I hear that you guys are first timers, right?
Yes, Mom. What is your name?
My name is
Lisa.
Allison, and I am the manager of this lovely establishment. Now, if you're looking for a group discount, I'll tell you what. For the 4 of you, we'll do. Normally, it's about 8 gold pieces for all of you. We'll knock it down to 6.
That seems reasonable.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Expensive.
She turns towards her employee. She goes, Jack, please mark these lovely gentlemen and this cute little boy for 6 gold pieces. And
That's kinda
also
weird.
give them the complimentary protein snacks as well.
Whoa!
Heck yeah.
Yes.
This is all code word. We're about to be robbed blind.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. We put all of our stuff inside the bag of holding, and as long as we take that to each of the rooms, we're golden.
So
It goes in the mud bath with us.
Yeah. It's tied around Thud's waist.
So it's like, and Jack's like, okay,
Like a
and he
dice
collects
bag.
the money. He puts it in the safe, and it's like, gentlemen, please follow me. And he leads you into kind of the guys' changing room. Inside there are a bunch of naked dudes.
You're like YMCA locker room.
It's like, please take any of these stalls. There is a towel. Take that with you, and then exit the room at the far end.
Thank you, Jack.
No problem.
And I'll tip him a gold piece.
Boom. He goes.
He's such a good lad.
He's like, his jaw drops. It's like, well, thank you so much, kind sir. If there's anything you need, just let me know.
Will do, Jack. You may hear a voice in your head. It's me.
Okay. So he kind of like backs out. He bows as he backs away, and he exits the door that you guys just came from.
Cool.
Assuming that you guys followed the proper procedures, you strip, put your towel on, and walk through the far end, the door on the far end. Upon opening it, you see a large square, and there's people hanging about, but in this square is a pool of just mud, and it's like slowly bubbling. Boop, 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 boop.
If we touch it, is it like hot?
It is very warm.
Ooh. Does it feel like I'm stepping in pudding?
It's kind of funny because occasionally you see like people like popping out, like almost looking like mudmen.
I find a corner that's like not very like populated, and just sink.
Okay. So as you step in, it's kind of, you don't immediately drop in. The mud's so thick that it's like you kind of
you have to like work your way in.
yeah. But eventually you hit bottom, and you can kind of feel like there's like an area to sit underneath. Plopping in and dropping down. I'm assuming all four of you do this.
Yeah, and I have my like really long hair like wrapped in a towel, keep it from getting muddy.
Okay.
It's like a surprise to us all, but like super.
So since Thud and Murtag have very different bodies, and there's a ledge, is Murtag almost like under the mud, or is like a
He's-
lot of mud
Like the
sticking
top of his shoulder is like above the mud.
Is it cool if I like don't go to the mud? I think I'll just skip this. I don't know. I
You
really like just getting dirty.
Are you sure you don't want to just at least stick your feet in at least, Murtag? It's
Put my feet in, like just like literally just my foot, like down to my ankle. Like that's it.
Okay, so he sits at the edge, and sitting at the edge and dangling your feet over, that's about as much as you can get in anyways.
isn't it relaxing on your feet?
I would say for Thud, it's more like bottom nipple height, like.
It's a lot of fans still sticking out.
Bruin looks both ways. Are there attendants nearby?
For the first 10 minutes or so, you guys are pretty much by yourself. You do hear occasional chatters from other people. There are attendants that are walking by. Since this is particularly the guys' mudroom, there's guy attendants walking around, obviously. We're trying to keep it PG here.
Naturally.
Yeah, I was just.
But they do. One man brings around the tray and kind of lowers. This is on the house as instructed. And this is not Jack. This is another employee.
I just eat as much as I can, as fast as I can.
There's like it's basically like cheese and meat and nuts.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
I get after it.
So it's like he's like seeing how you guys are taking like grabbing at the tray. He's like, I will just leave this here for you guys then.
Thank you.
Oh,
Just
thanks.
sits the tray
Like,
down.
it's just on my lap, and I'm just eating it.
What I can, Motak, could you pass me those 2 cucumbers real quick?
Yep, for sure.
Thank
I'll
you.
just throw you one real quick.
And I put them on my eyes, and I just lay back.
What a
Dude,
waste
kinda
of
weird.
food.
Okay, so you guys get through pretty much like the first 45 minutes to about an hour, just relaxing. You come out of it, you feel heavy, just because of the mud that's kind of stuck to you. Immediately in the same room, you do see these stalls where there's just kind of like these shower heads are. Now there's not plumbing at this point, but you're not sure what the mechanics is as far as how this water is flowing, shooting out hot water and through these spouts. But you're able to wash out the majority of the mud, and you go through, and this is where you enter the hot bath, which this is like the what the town's famous for. The Jack comes to retrieve you from the baths, the showers, and says, okay, please follow me. We do have a private, more private room than this public area for you guys to enjoy the bath. There are a couple people already in there, but they shouldn't bother you too much.
Thank you.
So he leads you to a separate room, and you see along this wall there are several doors, and you're assuming that they're just more private rooms. But leads you through, and there is a very well decorated, like kind of marble, kind of marble seating areas, and this pool, and it's just as soon as that door opens, you just see the steam come out of it. It's accented with like imitation of gold. But you get in, there are 2 people already sitting in there at the moment, kind of sitting at the far corner. Now, they're probably, if you sit closer to the door, they're probably about 30 feet away.
Are they, what do we see? What do they look like?
There's a kind of a scrawnier man, skinny, with more of like a dark red hair, and he's sitting there pretty lively, talking, doing most of the talking at this point with the much larger guy that's sitting kind of at the other, basically in that corner. And he seems to be more listening. They both, well, the much larger guy, the quiet guy, has dark hair, and he does notice you guys, but he's like doesn't really like maintain eye contact. Just the fact that you guys came in, and the other guy's just like talking away. You guys sit down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys sit down. The skinnier guy notices the water rippling as you guys like sit down in the hot bath. He goes, "Oh, hey fellas. Thanks for joining us."
Not a problem. I hope we're not disturbing you.
Oh, this guy, he's such a slump. I'm actually looking forward to speaking with other people. And he kind of scoots over in the bath, like closer to you guys.
Is the bigger guy, is he too undead?
Undead?
Like the other silent partner in our group now?
No, he looks human.
Very well.
He is much like his hair's dark, his skin is kind of dark. I mean, it's more like a, I don't know.
So that's just not sure who's slinging around spells now, bringing stuff back to life.
What's your name, friend?
It's Jorn.
John.
Yeah, with an S. The S is silent though.
That's
This is
never
confusing.
done that.
Like Jorn.
No.
DiGiorno. Got it. My name is Solaris.
And he reaches out his hand and he like stands up doing it.
That's
Stand up, dude.
You don't see anything. It's still like the water's still
Oh,
above
okay, good.
waist level here.
Whoa. Dude.
okay, cool. How do you guys live in? I'm assuming the city, or are you visitors?
We're actually visitors. We're merchants traveling through.
Oh, really? Where were you coming from?
We came from the west.
That's where we came from. What
Oh,
are the
really?
odds?
So did you two also travel through? Give me 1 second. Link City.
But of course we did.
Oh
No. Yes, we did.
I go ahead and make a deception check.
It's like obvious that I like messed up, but yeah, I'll make a deception check.
Oh, okay.
Good. I think it's a 9.
A
Yeah.
19.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. Well, I hope the travel bid you well as well.
That it did.
Well, great. No, so are you guys passing through to?
We're actually making our way to Espa.
Espa? That's actually our destination as well.
Very interesting.
What are the odds?
Yeah, well, we figured we're already this close. We might as well go all the way. But in fact, we do. I think he kind of like looks over back at his quiet partner. Gallus. Yeah, Gallus. Gallus and I. We plan on picking up some of the spring water here and bringing it over to Espa. I'm sure we can sell it as well as kind of a commodity, if you will.
That's fairly clever.
So, but if you guys when are you guys heading out?
I don't think we entirely know.
Okay.
What about you? You guys? You guys
Well,
been well?
we quite enjoyed ourselves at least today. We might spend the morning here and leave maybe in the afternoon. We know the trek is about 2 days from here to Espa. But we shall see. Kind of right now, we're just, spending that money as we earned it.
That's the best way to spend it, in my opinion. Can't use it when you're dead.
So, and he kind of looks over at all of you. So you guys are all traveling together.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. You actually may have heard of us. We missing a member, but we're the Four Horsemen.
Also,
He's like,
Princess's hero.
he's like kind of noticeably confused. He's like, he like literally uses his finger and kind of goes 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like, you said there's one more.
There is one more. It's more. There wasn't that
Oh,
many of us
George.
before. We've added a few members since the name's inception.
Oh, okay. It's a growing group. I get it. Well, I hope you don't get too much. Then you have to start adding another number at the front of that horseman.
I think we just keep it 4, to be honest with you.
Okay. I mean,
Or
yeah.
we can wait until we get 6 before you change it to 5 horsemen.
See, I was thinking about this. What if we had like sub branches? Like we were the Four Horsemen as like the upper level echelon, and then we had like different squadron names for those underneath us.
Like 4 cows.
The 4
Yeah, the 3 chickens,
Wow.
This
the
is.
19 roosters.
Would you guys like to be the 2 pharaohs?
He goes, I'll definitely think about that proposition. And he kind of looks over at his friend. Gallus, did you hear? These guys are the Four Horsemen. They kind of turns back to you guys. What do you guys do exactly?
Basically, if you have a problem that needs a delicate or brutal touch, we can take care of it for you.
Did you hear about like what happened to that city, Kaelwood?
Kaelwood.
It got like pretty much destroyed, but we like stopped it from being more destroyed.
Okay, Kaelwood. Yeah, I think I heard it. The city down south, right?
Yeah.
I heard there was some problems there.
Yes, we were part of its solution.
Huh.
I mean, pretty much the solution.
We were the solution, yes.
Solution to the problem.
Okay,
But
let's...
Now we're gonna go talk to the
I want-
king, but like I don't want to get into that very much. So you know,
I want you guys to roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, you want us individually to roll it? Or can I just help Noah?
It doesn't matter. One of you roll persuasion.
You go ahead and do it.
at advantage.
Yeah, I help you.
18, I think.
18.
Yes. Persuasion, 18.
So he kind of looks over the 4 of you and kind of, in a sense, kind of sizing you guys up. He goes, you know, I believe that. I heard it was such a tragedy, though. I heard a lot of good people were lost.
There were many casualties, but the city's is on the mend.
Oh. Well, I'm sure you did a good job defending the people there, and as just a human being, thank you. And as you guys are discussing this, kind of a couple more people step through the doorway, being ushered in. And these guys are like, you know, with bath towels like around their waist, and roll a perception. Nah, don't worry about it. You guys have, especially Bruin has a pretty good natural perception. Just kind of the demeanor of what's going, like, as these people are coming in, and both Gallus and this guy's name,
DiGiorno.
Jorn, both notice this as well. Meanwhile, Jorn is still standing up at this point. But those guys come in, they don't seem to notice you guys, or more so they don't acknowledge you guys. But there's one kind of like figure that kind of stands in the middle of this, like 5 people. He's kind of standing taller than the rest, and the rest of them are like, kind of like almost, in a sense, laughing and like laughing at everything this one guy says.
Oh, the yes man. Got it.
Yeah. So, so they come in. They basically just undo their towel and throw it against the wall before they even get in, and they just like come plop down, and they're like super loud. like even louder than Jorn, you know, with his enthusiasm.
Okay.
And they're just like, I mean, they're just making all kind. It's like, it's almost not relaxing at this point.
Like when that 10-year-old joins you in the hot tub.
Ugh, the worst.
He goes, and then one of the guy, like, I guess sees the group, and just probably notice someone looking over. He goes, "Hey, you! What are you looking at?"
You.
Ooh.
I feel like that's an obvious question. We're looking at you in your eyes.
All right. And it's like, and the other guy's like, "I don't like that tone of yours."
Well,
It's a good thing I didn't ask.
Huh. At this point, the guy that's kind of being surrounded by like kind of the alpha male in that group, like hasn't really said anything, but he is like looking at you guys, kind of eyeing you guys.
And can I make eye contact with that dude?
Sure.
As I do. What's your name?
What's it to you? And I'm surprised you don't know.
Well,
I'm surprised you assume we should know.
clearly you think you're important, but we're not from here, so we're not in the know of, I guess, nobility or merchant.
Before you can finish that sentence, the guy to his immediate right, like stands up out of the water. You better watch that mouth of yours. I don't like the way you're talking to the boss.
How close is their group to our group?
So you've occupied kind of the left, so it's a square from the door. You're occupied that corner that's closest to the door on the left side. Gallus and
DiGiorno.
why did I give him such a hard name to remember? Jorn is on the kind of on the same side but the farthest, and then this group basically has kind of plopped down on the right side. And
so if it's like a square, we're in the bottom left. DiGiorno and Gallus on the top right.
Yeah. So it's probably the whole pool itself, if you had to guess, is probably about 40 by 40.
So they're like 20 feet from us?
Yeah, I wouldn't say like everybody's like within 5 feet each other, but you know.
Yeah. Can I like, not above the water, but like, you know how like you can make a wave by like pushing under the water? That'll just make a wave, like just pushing at the, like not to knock the guy over, just like I don't know, like balls in your court.
I just
Like,
Solar starts to like
a wave over at that group.
Okay.
starts to just like chuckle at what the last dude said, like he's just amused.
All right.
And he
So
says,
go ahead and roll a athletics check for me.
I guess I'm standing up at the same time as well.
And then go ahead.
Sorry, can I try to steal 2 daggers from the bag of holding?
Wait,
Uh,
do we
Stuff
have
is in there.
To sneak out 2 daggers, you mean?
Well, here's the thing.
Is it getting like 10? When it gets
You
10,
can-
I'll
I
do
mean-
that.
It seems kind of odd for you to be carrying around the bag from room to room.
Okay, so it doesn't have it.
And there's no daggers in the bag of holding.
Oh, I thought we put our
Well,
stuff.
we had talked about just putting all our equipment in there, so yeah.
We got rid
Anyway,
of the
John,
doorway, though.
18 plus 7.
18 plus 7. Just the size of your palms are pretty big, so you're able to get some good like waves to your hands as you're pushing, and you're standing up. You push, and the 2 closest guys to you feels
Good.
like they kind of like get rocked back a little. And you said you're standing up.
Yeah.
I just
Roll an intimidation check for me, using your strength modifier.
as Thud does that, Solaris is like leaning back with like his arms like side to side like this, and is laughing at the one dude that was
Like,
giving him lip,
okay.
and says to the leader, "Do you always let your dogs talk for you?" Oh,
So that's a 23 for intimidation.
23. and hearing what you said, like as you're saying this, you see Thud like get up like out of the water, and like I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. His junk is like out there. He's quite a bit taller than everybody else. And this guy is like, he's like,
They're probably in bed by now. It's fine.
so he noticed this half orc stand up. He's like, this guy's pretty big. And he's like, he kind of like backs up, like, you know, kind of reaches back to the edge, and he's like kind of scoots back a little bit. And the leader, he kind of leans forward a little bit. He goes, the name's Philip, since you've asked, and I don't really appreciate the way you're talking to my friends here. What's your name?
Solaris, Ravenwood. Pleasure.
Oh, great. And he's like, well, it's such a pleasure having this little chat with you. But I do think you need to watch yourself.
And might I ask why?
And then he kind of like a little confused by the question, and he snaps, and his 4 guys kind of stand up.
Oh, you think they can? Oh, they're your protection. Got it. That's cute that you need others to handle your work for you. Philip?
So, right now, just so I get the scene here, Thud is standing up, obviously towering over everybody else. Solaris is pretty much spokesman for the Four Horsemen right now, sitting back. And you also have Philip, who is also sitting down, and then 4 guys around him standing up. And Jorn and Gallus are just kind of sitting at the corner enjoying the show, I guess.
What's going on?
West Side Story.
Can I act? Oh, man.
Do it. Do what your heart tells you to do.
I'm gonna act like I'm just kind of getting down in the water, but I want to circle behind them.
Well, you're close to the door, so you would have to go past the door to get around them. It's not like a big room, and there's not a ton of people in here. So I mean, sure, you can try.
You could guard the door.
Lock the door.
Or you could be like, because I want to make sure I understand. Like, the inside the water, I'm assuming it's like a hot tub where there's a next to the wall. There's seats that you can sit down on, right?
Yeah.
Is that right or no? Okay. You could go just sit in front of the section by the door, and
just kind of lay your towel across your lap, just to keep it.
Just keep the rats from running.
I'll do that just so I'm out of the water.
Okay, and then Jorn, since he's kind of close to you guys, he kind of goes, hey, I mean, you do you, but if you need help, this guy's pretty strong. But just let us know.
I'll put my hand up to Philip, and I'll look at Jorn. I'll say, do you know who this Philip person is, or what he does?
No idea.
Okay, I put my hand back down and I look towards Philip.
He's like a cocky son of a gun, isn't he?
And I'll ask again, because it didn't seem like you heard me. What gives you this aura of authority that these weaker men cling to you so?
He goes, he kind of doesn't even respond, but he just kind of goes, kind of hand motions to the rest of his guys, please take care of this. And so the 4 guys starts moving towards you guys.
Is fighting legal here?
Which
Hold up.
which of you guys are? I mean, I'm assuming Thud, who's already
Yeah.
in intimidation mode. Like the guy is still like deathly afraid of you, so he's like trying to stay clear of you towards the guy that's sitting down. If anybody is wanting to join in on this fight,
Oh yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, hold on, I
roll
just have to
an
do a quick-
initiative for me.
Okay. Don't forget your +2 Noah from the low amulet.
I gotta save.
The omelet.
Yeah, the omelet.
Bear in mind, everybody's naked, so
Mhm.
we're talking about 10 AC. Well, for you guys that are naked, and then that has, actually just use your dexterity as your modifier for your AC.
Say it's 10
Well,
plus.
it's 10 plus whatever your dexterity is, so
Yeah.
it's just 10 for me.
And you know what? Add your strength to your AC as well. I mean, for those who would prefer strength.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Wait. For real?
I know.
What was that?
The baby of some sort.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, a cat makes much more sense.
Dude, I didn't think this little. I thought it was just gonna have a very aggressive talk, but you guys,
I thought, wait.
you guys like. I mean, it's just like they're pretty provoking remarks.
I mean, I simply asked him what he did.
You a jerk to us, man.
Yeah, you don't walk in here and not expect to catch this smoke, man.
All right, hold on. Let me get an initiative list here.
Quick side note: we're not gonna kill these guys, right? We're just gonna knock them out.
Just let me know that this is supposed to be
Yeah,
non-lethal.
yeah. What spells do I have that don't kill?
All right, so who has a 20 to 25?
24.
24. Murtag, 24. Okay. 19 through 20. Okay.
Ooh, that'll be funnier.
What did I say? 19 through 20? I meant 15 through 20.
Yeah, but I don't think any of us hit it anyway.
Okay. 10 through 14.
I got a 14.
10.
Crazy.
Okay, and then 5 through 10. 9.
6.
Okay.
Awesome. It's just verbal.
Oh my word. Okay.
Blindness and deafness is a necromancy spell?
All right. Murtag.
All right,
You with only your no, you're not actually. Are you all the way in the water?
No, I probably just have my legs in.
Okay,
Last.
with your legs in, you're able to kind of react to the situation the quickest. Everybody's kind of treading water.
How far exactly are they?
How far? They're at this point. They're probably in the middle of the pool, about 20 feet away.
Okay, so we've never done this in a while. Can I bonus action change into a cat
Wait.
in front of everybody?
In front of everybody?
Yeah.
Sure. Are you trying to? Here.
Not trying to be
Are you
stealthy.
trying to stealthily do this?
No,
Okay.
just like boom. And then
Wait, did we say
I
that's
would
a
like-
bonus?
yeah, I think that's what we determined. If it's an action, that'll be fine too. But if it's an action, I'd rather go back and hide and then do it.
I will say it's the reason why I'm gonna determine as an action because for the changeling, in order for you to transform, it does take an action. So it makes sense.
So can I like back up to the corner of the room and then bonus action hide and then change?
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
22.
You know what? I'll tell you what. You stomp as your feet is in the water. You stomp really hard, kick up as much water as you can, and it kind of just covers like a good 5 feet around you. And during this moment, you guys are welcome to make perception check to see if you guys see this happen. But as this water is kind of being flung everywhere, he transformed into the cat during that span.
Okay. I don't want to do a perception.
I rolled an 18. I don't think I beat it. It's 22, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Once I
Dang it.
move back, that'll be my turn.
Nope. Missed it.
Oh, if only it was the other roll. You would have definitely seen him.
Wow. I can't believe that. That's so stupid.
Hey, I
What?
would like to say I'm not actually in the hot tub because I was.
Oh yeah, you're just sitting. Yeah, just
I maybe because you're so focused on this group or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so you like all of a sudden this room there's a cat, but within the 6 seconds, Bruin, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And Thud, you're next.
I'm gonna get a cannonball onto one of these guys, like onto one of them.
I was just gonna jump and then like.
gonna tackle him.
Yeah, just land on someone.
Okay.
Just-
Roll an attack for me.
Okay. Let's hope I guess it's just plus strength. Okay. So.
Or are you trying to like grapple them then? Put like flavorfully cannonball on them?
Yeah, I'll do it on Philip, but flavorfully.
On Philip?
Oh, you're
Yeah.
attacking. Philip is just like sitting back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do him. Okay. Plus 4. Oh, baby. Good. 21.
Hit. Go ahead and roll. Is it just a D1 plus your strength?
Yep.
I have no idea.
1 plus your
Yeah, it's
strength.
1 plus your strength modifier.
So that's 5.
5 damage.
Oh.
It's just
So this guy's like kind of leaning like this on his shoulder, not notice what happened, and all of a sudden you like jump in the water, making a big splash. But as you're coming in, you like take a swing at him. You hit him right across the face. Blood splatters into the like across the far wall, and he is like dazed. Okay, Thud.
Wait, do I get a second check?
Oh, that's true. Go ahead.
Alright. Also, do I have proficiency since it's because you're proficient? No, that's the one.
You're not sure if you were meaning to. I mean, you didn't expect him to be that weak, but that was a lot of blood that came out of the mouth. So you were like, oh. So you're not even sure if you wanted to throw that second punch out.
Wait, you hit Philip, right?
Yeah.
Philip.
Okay. Thud. Oh wait, does that end your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
How far away is Philip from me?
just gonna go straight
It's
past
a good 40
Yeah,
feet.
you ignore the peasant.
40 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. I'll Misty Step 30 feet towards them.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Oh, we love paladin spells, baby.
With the Vengeance Paladin. And then take the remaining 10 feet as my movement.
Okay.
And then make 2 attacks. John thought he was safe being 40 feet away.
I have a question. Can you divine smite your fist because it's a melee weapon?
Let's go back to my first session when I fought you.
Yeah.
Divine smite with my fist.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
baby.
Technically, we weren't playing by the rules. But...
You just have to clarify non-lethal
Okay,
damage.
go
You can't
ahead.
Kill Philip.
go ahead and roll your 2 attacks.
Can't kill Philip.
I don't think I want to do Divine Smite on this, because...
I know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes on.
Okay. What do we add? Proficiency plus strength?
Yeah.
The first one's 20, and the second one's 24.
Both hit.
So that's basically going to be 1 plus 4 twice. So that's like
10 damage. Okay.
Dude, this poor
Oh
man.
my word.
Correct.
Okay, so this group of 4 guys are moving towards you, and this honking of a guy, he does the Henry Cavill's little arm reload,
Yeah.
and then like his whole body just turns into like the surrounding like mist of the kind of the from the heat of the water, and they're like you just kind of disappear in front of them, and then you kind of appear behind them. You take a step forward, and you just hit Philip right in the stomach. He kind of comes down and just uppercut him in the face. He lands outside the water unconscious.
Can we say I like ultimate punch him?
Sure.
Wait.
So
Against-
immediately, Philip is unconscious, laying sprawled out across the bath floor. All right. This guy is going to reach around, seeing what happened. He's going to grab you from the back.
That's fair. Oh wait, weren't they? Yeah, he'd be able to get to me.
16. Could you do a strength and athletics check?
Straight, not advantage or disadvantage.
No, just straight.
Strength or athletics? Which one?
Actually, it would be strength without proficiency.
Okay, so that's a 14.
14. So he grabs onto you from the back. The next guy is going to kind of like move, and like kind of as you have one guy in your back, this other guy's gonna go and attack you. He rolls an 8.
Nope.
He's gonna take a second attack. 19.
19 does hit.
Great. He does 3 damage to you.
I'm down.
Unconscious.
Okay.
All right. Solaris, your turn.
So there's 4 enemies remaining, right?
Right.
Hold on, I have to see. I had a plan and I thought of a funnier thing to do, so I have to make sure I can do the funnier.
And animate Philip.
Animate.
Yeah,
If only he was dead.
for the horde.
Can solve that problem.
Yeah, that's funnier. I'm gonna cast blindness and deafness on 2 of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna make 2 of them blind.
What? Okay, I'm gonna roll.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, I forgot.
The first one rolls a 6. What's the?
Yeah, I forgot to look at the
Is
the
it?
bloody save. It is a Constitution save throw.
Okay.
They got to beat a 16.
The first one fails.
Okay.
The second one fails.
Cool.
So they're
We'll
both
say
blind.
It was the two attacking that attacked.
The two that attacked?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're both blind and deaf.
They're just blind. You get to choose one or the other.
Oh, I get to choose.
No, I choose. I chose blindness.
Oh, on both of them? Okay.
You as the caster get to choose which one affects them.
Okay.
Does
that end your
so
turn?
One of the guys on me is blind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both of them.
Excellent.
Yeah, because I cast it at 3rd level,
Okay.
which I'll mark. And then, as I say that, and I hear the sweet panicking sound of the two men that lost their vision unexpectedly, I'll look at the last two after I my eyes kind of like flash black as I did that, and I look back as they come back to their color and say, "Do you really want to continue this to the rest of the two?"
Okay. Roll an intimidation check for me. And then, meanwhile, yeah, go ahead and do that.
Oh, it would have been so much cooler if it was good. 7.
7. Well,
Why couldn't it have been that for? Ugh.
do I give you an advantage for that since you did use a spell to help assist in that?
I mean, I'm not gonna argue against it.
Yeah, I would say so. Philip got knocked out. 2 people are blind.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Yes, come on, do better, please. I just want to be cool.
One.
Just so much better. Intimidation, 19 plus 1, 20.
Okay. The guy, like the 2 remaining guys that have their vision and has not done anything yet at this point, like look at like what's going on and realize like it's almost like 3 people got incapacitated all at once in the span of 6 seconds, and it's like, okay, sorry. We didn't mean any trouble. We're just doing what we're told. Well, can we just take them and leave?
You can leave, Philip. The rest of you leave.
No. We can't do that.
Then it looks like you're going to sleep just like he will.
Oh, please,
Did we
you have to
exit
understand.
Hey,
This guy's
you can leave. but we
Philip's
get
father will
all your
have our
power.
heads if we don't bring him back with us.
Who is Philip's father? What does he do? The insolent boy never answered.
He's only like that because he kind of looks back to see if Philip is conscious or anything. Goes, he's only like that because he's just been spoiled. His dad owns like half the town.
I gathered as much that he was a spoiled child. But what does his father do to own? Does he own many of the baths?
He owns a lot of things, and I'm too much of a nobody to really answer those questions.
What's Philip's father's name?
Oh, let's see.
Is his last name Mesner?
Wait, you're still cat, right?
Wow.
Boss's name is Mr. Sanderson.
Sanderson?
Uh-huh.
Sanderson.
While I'm still hidden,
Combat.
Yeah, the combat is. I mean, one guy's incapacitated. Pretty much 3 guys are incapacitated.
So could
with
we say
blindness.
for fun while this is happening, because the guy's blind on Thud's back,
Uh-huh.
just like falls back into the water, so he's blind and drowning.
Sure.
Blinded.
Meanwhile, the conversation's going. One guy's like splashing. Both guys are splashing around.
I thought about casting command and having 3 of them just kneel. This was funnier, I think, though.
All right,
And
that's all.
where does Sanderson live?
He lives on kind of the, if you will, the northwest section of town. If you remember how the city was split up.
Yeah.
So please just let us leave. We won't bother you again.
I turn to the group. I say we send Philip's father a message. No.
Actually, no, this is probably a bad idea.
I turn. I'll like while this is going on, I'll just turn back into a human as I'm hidden.
I would say since a whole round hasn't even gone through. Yeah, you could do that.
I'm looking for affirmation from the rest of the group. Do we send this kid's dad a
I like
message?
walk out of the shadows. Maybe we should not start a war so we can leave.
Not so much a war, just some notes about how to better raise his son.
I want to make sure that guy doesn't die by drowning.
Oh, but I think they've had enough. They're already blind. It's like beating a child at that point.
Fine.
You did amazingly though. Like I remember what it felt like when you hit me like that, but also with the magic. I do not want to be on the receiving end of those.
Yeah, above the table, I was scared I was gonna do 3 times his health and just auto kill this guy on a divine smite.
Yeah. I was like, you know what'd be funny? If I cast Inflict Wounds at 3rd level, I'm like, no, that would just kill him.
Make him explode.
Yeah.
For some scenic flavor, as he's saying this, Thud like reaches down and grabs both of them by the neck, picks them out of the water, and throws them against the wall where Philip's laying.
That's fair.
Yeah, just
Well-
go home.
Yeah. Take this boy back to his father and let him lick his wounds.
Okay.
Tell
Thank you
him-
so much. Thank you,
Wait,
Mr. Whoever you are.
Hold up. Can you, like, wait till we leave this place so we don't get in trouble for fighting? Like, stay here for, like, 10 minutes while we get clear the area? No?
Like, we kind
So
of
we don't have
played
to
the last
pay
one.
fine?
Give your 3 men there some time to recover from
Yeah.
being
tell you what,
beaten.
We'll
and
just
leave.
say Philip tripped, and then we'll just kind of take him to the hospital.
Is Philip bleeding out or is he stable?
He's stable. I mean, he's not.
I
I discussed it with the group, but I don't know if you were there, but it was basically all damage or
Non-lethal.
non-lethal.
Okay, yeah. I had a cat throwing up.
Oh, no worries.
Oh, that's rough.
Ugh.
Poor kitty.
Yeah, that's a long story. He has teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the 2 remaining guys like basically hit the guys that are like blind. It's like, does this go away?
Oh. I snap and I just dismiss it.
Oh. And then they're like, okay, it's like, we gotta get out of here. Let's go. And it's like, and then as the 2 guys that just got kind of unblinded picks up Philip, and as they leave, the 2 other guys are like, thank you so much. I'm so sorry. We didn't mean for this to happen. And it's like, as he keeps just kind of jumbling up words, he like shuts the door.
So I was sitting this whole time and just turned back and look at DiGiorno. Oh, movie.
And they're like he's like, wow, that was very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Wow. I am both like really surprised and both like impressed and a little bit frightened.
I
Well,
think that's a good response.
I mean, you saw what those 2 trucks did to them. It's rightfully so. But good people like you tend to have nothing to fear from those 2.
Well, just remind me never to pick a fight with the big guy over there.
He especially.
Bruin for a second thinks it's him,
Yeah.
and then he like gets a little crestfallen.
Oh. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I think my time in the baths has reached its limit.
Okay.
Hey,
And then,
we
like-
might be leaving tomorrow too. Will we see you at the gate or something?
Jorn's like, I mean, seeing what you guys can do, I'd feel much safer traveling with you guys to Espa.
Well, we'll probably part ways here this evening, but if we decide we're ready to leave on the morrow, I can contact you and see if you're still within the city before we set out. Maybe we can go together.
Okay, perfect. Then we'll probably, I mean, just to kind of give you a general idea, we'll probably leave sometime tomorrow afternoon.
All right.
Good. Well, I'll let you know before then if we decide to leave that day or not.
Okay. We, let's see. Me and my friend were actually staying at the inn north side of town. So if you need to come find us that way, you're more than welcome to. We'll probably be there getting our stuff together.
If means need for foot communication, I can do that, but I'll like flick my eyes black again and I'll say, I have my tricks, and I wink and as I'm getting up and I leave.
That's rather frightening, but good day to you guys.
Yay.
All right, so you guys exit with your bath towels.
Mm-hmm.
Avengers walk style.
Yeah.
Avengers without your bath towels.
Yeah.
You guys freshen up. It seems like you got a little exercise in with your relaxation, but you do feel rather refreshed after an evening, a couple hours in the bath. As you're walking out, Jack goes, did you enjoy your stay?
Very much.
It was phenomenal, Jack.
Oh, well, great. If you are in town ever again, please stop by. We'd love to have you. I can't promise that we can give you another discount like that, but
Jack,
you know.
Not to worry.
And make sure to spread our name, please.
Will do.
All right, so you guys leave. You guys are back in the much cooler air of the city, though it becomes quite a bit livelier. Are there anything that you guys want to do at this point?
We need to get some Chinese takeout food before we head to the
I was
hotel.
about to say, what are you in the mood for to eat? This city will probably be the last time we can get food that's not, sorry, the bland stuff that I can prepare.
Uh,
And then, like, kind of in the distance, she goes, "Chicken on a stick? Get your chicken on a stick."
Chicken on a stick?
Oh,
Like street food? Street
Yeah.
food?
Chicken on a stick probably has Thud's attention.
Yeah.
I
So I
see.
guess-
I see Thud like cock his head to that direction.
Just like radared in.
Yeah.
I guess it's just this ball of metal makes its way through the crowd towards chicken on a stick.
Yep. Following
So,
guys don't-
the man.
I mean, there are just tons and tons of food stalls everywhere along the side of the street.
I say we sample. I sample half of them.
Yeah, like
If you do so, go ahead and let's just say you mark off about the equivalent of 4 silver pieces for the night.
Okay.
Oh, I do it too.
chump change.
Yeah.
I'll just erase the last of the silver I have. I'll have to convert one piece down.
As you guys are like kind of walking about, tasting your food, chicken on a stick, and various items on a stick, you do come
a
across.
question of clarification.
Yeah.
Does my armor have like a visor to raise up and down, or do I have to just take the whole helmet off to eat chicken on a stick?
No, so
No, it's
you're-
like the nanobots from Iron Man. Whenever you decide to go into combat, it just like on.
yeah.
Okay.
Or
So it crawls up. It basically crawls up your neck over your head, and you can kind of
It's like
retract
the-
it back that way.
I like it. Like I think
Okay.
Venom, like Venom. Like,
Venom.
Oh.
You're all referencing movies I haven't seen, so if you want to
You've
add
never
one-
seen the Iron Man thing?
He's not cultured.
I'll send you a clip of what it looks like.
No one can explain it to you.
Okay. But you guys do see various stalls and stuff for different things, trinkets mostly. So besides food, are there anything else that you guys are looking for?
Well,
Do we
look for
see
magic
any, like-
shots.
Is there an equivalent to like Pumat Souls in here in this town?
Like a magic shop of sort?
Or like even an oddity shop.
Yeah.
Oh,
of
yeah,
course.
oddity.
An oddity shop, sure. If you guys look around, especially if you get closer towards what the local, since you guys been walking around, what the locals call the triangle. This is where the three major roads meet in the middle of the city. In this area, it's very much like a Times Square, with the exception of there are no tall buildings. But there are like signs that light up through either magical means or just like being decorated with small sconces. I don't know. You see this area is extremely lively. There's like dancing going around the middle of the square with bards singing and lollygagging of people. In this area, you do find several shops, especially this one shop. It seems like all of their stuff is flooding out onto the street. A lot of their they have just stacks of like just random things, like very much so like if you see during like a Black Friday where they have like things stacked on top of each other with one item displayed with the price next to it. Stuff like that, and it seems very cluttered and crowded. There's people coming in and out of it. Would you guys like to go?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So this the sign, as you get closer, the sign reads across the top of it, Oswald's knickknacks and things.
I do like knickknacks.
As you go in, it's hard for me to describe every little thing because there's just so many stuff and it's like stacked to the ceiling. It's like people have to kind of lean towards the walls of the aisles so that people can pass by. You imagine it to be a rather big store, but it's hard to tell because it's so cluttered.
It's like an overpacked Goodwill.
Yeah. So it doesn't seem like there's any organization to it. Like you can't tell what kind of thing it's selling. But it seems like people with stuff in their hands are moving to the back of the store.
Okay. As we're walking through the store, can I just like keep my eye out for anything that seems interesting to me? I'll even pop up detect magic.
Oh, okay.
You go blind.
Bah!
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me. No, investigation check for me.
Ew. Okay.
Anybody else looking for anything?
Can I help someone else?
Potions or
Well, I'll just roll it.
enchanted items.
Potions or enchanted items. Got it.
I look for like interesting like weapons. Like I imagine there's like some like almost tribal weapons like in here, you know.
Oh, okay.
So, like, there's-
Yeah, you can roll an investigation check for me too.
yeah. I don't
You
think
had a
I've ever
1. You are okay. So
I was
in
anticipating a perception check.
that order, even if you rolled a 1 on your
Oh, my
perception.
goodness.
Okay, so in that order, Solaris, just hold on to that number for a second. Solaris, you're
Okay, I
you're
won't forget
too
it.
overwhelmed. Going from the relaxing bathhouse, despite the fight that ensued, to this very like jumbled up mess of a store. There's not something that you can particularly hold on to as far as like that catches your eyesight.
Okay.
Um,
As I'm walking through the store, I'll just anything that blips on my detect magic, I'll try and go find.
Okay. I will say with your detect magic, you can sense that there are magical items towards the back of the store in the direction you're walking.
Okay.
It's still a little bit of distance in comparison to the store before you
Okay.
get there.
right.
I'm assuming that you guys are all making your way that way.
Yeah, follow the crowd.
Thud, what did you roll?
Natural 20.
Okay.
The exact opposite spectrum of what I had.
You said
So, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. I don't even know where. That's never mind. It's +0. So yeah, I wanted to look for like health potions and magically enchanted items.
Okay. With investigation, just like even people with passing through, you're able to kind of gain some kind of insight as far as how this store is organized. With items that are in that value range, especially magic or health potions, you would imagine that will be kept more securely, maybe behind the counter.
Okay.
So it is in the direction that, Stellaris doesn't tell you, but kind of in the same direction where Stellaris senses magical items.
Yeah, it's where the direction where I kind of like, once it hit my blip, I kind of turned and started walking that direction.
Okay, and then Bruin, what'd you roll? A 6. You see many weapons of all sorts, tribal and non-tribal. Some that humans use, and some that other races use, just from your wartime. But upon picking up one of them, you realize these are all imitation items, like toys and other like made of, in a sense, like plastic built, the equivalent of a China-made toy.
Okay. How much would one of them cost?
Say there's this like a tribal shield with a kind of a makeshift spear. You see exactly that listed in common right beside it. Tribal shield and spear listed for like 5 silver.
I'm looking for
You gotta
something really
check the
small.
color of the tag though, because like sometimes if it's a yellow tag, it's half off. Like, look at the big sign.
Oh,
really?
I mean, you also see like kind of like the equivalent of like one of those Indian bow and arrow thing that doesn't even really have an arrow. It has one of those like suction cup things at the front of it.
Oh, definitely. He grabs that.
Okay, so you grab one of those, make
Is there
your
a
way towards the
tomahawk
counter.
keychain?
Murtag, are you looking for anything?
No, I'm not. I'm just wandering through.
Okay, so you guys are making your way to the back of the store. As you get up to the front, the aisles open up and you see like there's probably about 20 people right in front of the counter, about 3 people deep, and there's several guys kind of on a platform that are standing like kind of like handing things, like, taking money, like picking up stuff. There's one guy that you note that's specifically one of they're kind of all the same, like, kind of same height, but one of the guy, they're all wearing these little red bow ties, standing there, but there's one guy with a little wand in his hand. He's like picking things up off the top shelf, like magically waving it down and stuff like that. But you see, like, if the front of the store was so disorganized, the back of the store is just complete opposite. Everything's really well, like, especially there's like all kinds of vials, color coded. It's like if you've ever been to a fully stocked bar, you can see like the different colored alcohol. It's like a rainbow color vials
That's
and
cool.
stuff like that. And then there's other stuff that this is where your detect magic kicks in. You can see all these little things. It's just a wall of it. And let's see. One of the guys in the bow tie noticed you guys standing back, especially you holding up the bow and arrow, like the toy or whatever. He goes, "Hey, come up here, I can help you right now." And as you usher, then you kind of push your way to the front of this counter area. We're going to end our session there for the night.
Cool.
Nice. Okay.
And real quick, did you say the name of the shop was Olas Walls?
Oswald
Oh,
Knickknacks.
Oswald's Knickknacks and things.
Yeah.
Anything.
Oh man.
Man, 2 natural 20s in one night, and they weren't even on attacks. What a waste for a paladin.
Oh man, it would have been so bad if you just completely destroyed.
I could have brought him back.
Obliterated that guy.
Dude, so my plan was to do cat's claws and be rolling d4s.
Oh,
Well,
when you
rolling
shapeshift to a cat, can you do like, is it always like a small cat size, or can you do like an in between?
It's like a bigger cat, not like a
It's like
real
a bobcat.
Like a
yeah, it's
werecat
like a
from
bobcat. Yeah, pretty much exactly that.
like Solomon?
Exactly that.
Yeah,
cool.
exactly that.
But yeah, I was like, I thought this was gonna be a really long fight. It was like, gearing
Oh,
up.
I just figured out your character. You're just Solomon from
Pretty much.
Aragon. Wow.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty lame.
No, that's awesome.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Well,
It's gonna be
I
a
hope
big
you guys have
turnout.
all your money.
All 890 something gold worth.
You guys don't even have 1,000 yet?
No.
I
got
have 15,
49
or I have
gold.
12 on me.
We combined, we have over 1,000.
Yeah. Surely.
Is that our personal stash?
I've been
I only have
handing
12 gold.
out gold left and right like crazy.
We have 938 in the party fund.
Yeah, I have 12 on me.
Oh, 12.
That's all I got.
30.
Yeah, like
I spent a lot of my money at the start though getting my dope ass sword.
True.
That's
True,
true.
true.
I never had that. Well, I didn't begin with as much gold as them. Because
Yeah, I didn't start
it
with
was
very
down
much.
later.
We didn't even start with that much gold.
Yeah.
But that Kea Wood reward money is about to be spent to some good use here.
Yeah.
I was trying to.
I went.
I was wondering when this day would come where you guys would start blowing your cash.
The shopping episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that like I think it's hilarious. We like